What's going on, people? Welcome to the player rating show. Palace are out of the Carabao Cup. Arsenal 3, Palace 2. I'm joined by Lou here to talk about those ratings. Of course, we conceded 3 goals, so we spoke about it off air. Let's see how we're going to rate the defense. And we also scored 2 goals up there, which was a surprise because Arsenal have been good defensively. But of course, get involved throughout the show. Let us know your ratings in the comment section down below, as well as dropping a like and subscribing if you are new to the channel. Louis, we both was there. Upsetting that we're out of the Carabao Cup, but yeah, we're not going to get too much into referee decisions. The guy spoke about it in a match reaction. We're here to talk about the players, but yeah, it was just unfortunate the way that it happened.
Yeah, man. So, do you know what? It reminds me a bit of the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea, where we won it so much, and the other team just don't even care about the game.
Yeah.
It's just that elusive trophy, and Europe, just every year it just goes another year.
FA Cup is our thing, man. Not that we won it, but when we go on a run, it's like a FA Cup run, not a Carabao Cup run. We haven't been in the semi-finals since like 2011, I think. So yeah, it's not where we specialize in. But anyways, let's talk about the ratings, and let's start off with the goalie, Dean Henderson. I thought he made some good saves. Probably one of our best players on the pitch, if not our best. I'll give him it's crazy because I was going to say 8, but how can you give it an 8 out of 10 for someone who conceded 3 goals? But then again, my thinking around it is that if it wasn't for him, we could have conceded more. Am I right in saying that? I'm going to go stick with 7.5.
At first I thought 8.5, but then it's like, yeah, the 3 goals, but one of them was offside. They're 3 great finishes, if I'm being honest, as well. They're 3 great finishes. But that save from the 2 Sterling saves, the one from the free kick was right behind it. That was unreal. But then the one in the second half where he's got across and got it at the near post, I think it was the near post.
Yeah.
That was unreal as well. But yeah, conceded 3, so I'll probably go with you with a 7.5 as well.
Yeah. It just feels weird to give a 7.5.
But he wasn't
really at fault and he saved us. But
he definitely was one of our best players though today. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Let's talk about the defense. Of course, 3 goals conceded. Wasn't as great as the Brighton game. Let's start off with CARABAO. I'm gonna give him a 5 because in the first half I thought he played well. For one of the goals, he was at a mistake. He literally just lost the ball completely. It was his mistake that led to a goal. And I don't know how I could give higher than a 5, despite him having a good first half.
Yeah, I'd say similar 5. It's going to be tough for him as well with Kapora playing next to him. He probably had to guide him through the whole game. Again, he's played 90 minutes after 90 minutes after 90 minutes. There's got to be some sort of fatigue there. And also when you haven't got the ball and you're not retaining it and then you're losing it, you're going to put us under even more pressure. So yeah, I think a 5 is a fair assessment of him.
I don't know how to feel about Lacroix in this game. It's weird because if you look at CARABAO, for example, you can see that he's made a mistake, etc. But with Lacroix, I don't know how to lean towards it. Look, we conceded 3 goals. I don't think he was bad in particular. As I've said, the first half was different to the second half when they brought on all the big boys. But I'll probably lean towards a 6. I don't think he done much wrong in particular that I can remember about during the game. I haven't watched the highlights back yet. What about you?
He was just same old Lacroix, but yeah, we conceded 3 goals. You can't, as a defender, I don't think you can have over a 6. Unless you go and score yourself. Well, we didn't say Henderson got an assist, by the way. So that's another.
We're taking this goals and assists being too far. Now we got goalies doing up assists.
Yeah, so
we're gonna talk about the attack anyway.
It just made me think, because it's like if you don't contribute to a goal at like a goal or an assist, but you concede 3 at the other end, you can't really give a higher than a 6. So yeah, I'd say a 6.
Yeah, and Gahey for me the same as well. Nothing in particular to talk about. 6. He has 78% passing accuracy, which is better than Lacroix's 75% and CARABAO's, which was actually kind of shocking, 56%.
What I think they've done well in the second half is they pinned players up against our 3 centre backs, and they were dragging our centre backs where they didn't want to go, which left gaps. They left gaps in behind, and then Odegaard was just exploiting him and Saka.
Yeah, there was a space between the midfield and the defense. I think that's where the problem lied. Let's start with the wing back. Let's start with Caleb Kapora, who made his first team debut. So congrats to him. One of those who wanted him to start in this game ahead of Nathaniel Klein, because I thought it was like a decent opportunity for a youngster, especially in a cup competition. But he did struggle a bit. Especially yellow card and Trossard. I'm gonna give him a 5. I'm trying to be nice. I think after yellow card, he wasn't as bad. But yeah, there's a reason why I got subbed off at halftime, because I think Glasner was a bit worried that, if things were further.
I'd say 5 is fair. I do think that, he got the yellow card, but it wasn't rash. He was going for the ball. There was a few times he broke up play. He won a few good headers. I like him. I think there's potential there. But as an 18-year-old making your debut in front of 60,000 people, 6,000 away fans, he probably wanted to do well so badly inside that he wasn't relaxed. There wasn't going to be any relaxation in him. He wouldn't. The way he plays normally, he probably wouldn't have been able to play like that. The concentration levels must have been so much for him, 18 years old, that I think Glasner was right to take him off at half time. But I do feel we didn't help him as much as we could have. There was a few times he was out opening space and he was driving forward. There weren't many runs being made for him. And obviously there was wave after attack. If we're going to be under pressure all the time, then he's going to eventually have someone running at him, and he's going to give a foul away. So I'll give him a 5, but I'm happy Glasner took him out the firing line, and he took him off when it was 1-0. So
exactly, It was something I was expecting, anyways. It was something that I was expecting. Mitchell on the other side nearly gave away a goal in the first half. I don't know what he was doing. But in terms of his stats, he had 59% passing accuracy, and he had the 17 passes, made 10 of them. 34 touches, 4 out of 7 ground duels won, lost the ball 11 times. I think it was in all honesty, pretty average performance from what I can remember from Mitchell. He tried to attack a few times. We didn't really give him the ball as much, and when we did, there wasn't much that came from the end of it. I think I'm going to lean with like a 5.5.
I'd probably say a 5 as well. He must be fatigued. He plays 90 minutes. Well, he didn't play 90 minutes, but he plays the majority of the games every week. Like you said, he does that. Sometimes he does this. He make a mistake and then he won't really want the ball again. We was talking about it at halftime when he made that mistake straight away. And you saw Glasner going mad at him for not pulling, because when Gahey's on the ball, he has to provide the width. And if he doesn't want the ball, there's no options. So he's got to be more brave to get on the ball and play those balls into midfield. I think Eze didn't help him really. 5.5.
We need help for him. We need help for him. Like, we need another option, because it's just silly at this point, like not having any backup. If we don't want to play Mitchell against Arsenal again on Saturday, who plays? Schlupp. Like, there isn't any real options out there, and he's 25 now, and he hasn't had backup option all throughout his career at Palace. It's just like, how do you expect the player to level up?
But then I was a advocate for saying we need 2 wing backs, but people were saying right wing back's not a priority. Well, we got an 18-year-old starting, so the right back's just as important. Unless you go and sign a player like Carl Walker-Peters who can play both sides, you need 2 players. We need 2 players for those positions.
It matters a lot with the wing backs in the system, because they're.
We need a left wing back. We need a right wing back.
They're not up for it. If they're not feeling it, then it's over. It's so easy to defend against, because all you have to do is just sit narrow, and there's no one out wide anyway, so you can just stop Palace like that. Let's move on to the midfield. Jefferson Lerma. I thought whenever he plays for us, there isn't any games that I can think about of Lerma's not up for it or he's not well. It's always been consistent since he's joined us. Yesterday, I'd probably give him a 7. In all honesty, because I did think he'd done his defensive duties pretty well. In terms of ground duels and aerial duels, and you could tell there's a presence up in the air as well when it was needed, especially in set pieces, because I think Glasner spoke about set pieces, and I think the reason why he didn't sub off one of the centre backs as well as the game was going on and go more attacking. I think he's still worried about Arsenal set pieces if they got one, so that's why he kept them on. Man. Lerma, solid defensively, but I think I think he can do a bit more in attack. His passing accuracy was 67%, and this is where the debate comes between Doucouré, Walton, Lerma, and Hughes.
I'll give Lerma an 8. I feel like he was probably our best player yesterday. He's the one that looked like he had the most energy in the team. We've had a lot of games and he still looked quite fresh. He was getting around the pitch, and he gives that little nasty side. Like he wasn't giving Arsenal. You know how Glasner came in his post-match reaction and said we showed them too much respect. I don't think Lerma showed them respect. Lerma was getting on the ball. He was being physical. He was winning stuff in the air. He had that shot that it was a little bit tame, but it was a good effort. I feel like he was our best outfield player yesterday, Lerma, and it's tough, man. We've got to play these guys again in 3 days. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, but then we'll talk about it in the preview, but rotations are needed, and maybe we might see a few players start as maybe in midfield as well. Because Will Hughes, for me, I gave him 6.5. He just looked fatigued. Not that he was like bad in any particular moment that I can remember, but you can tell like you're just too much. Especially in the second half when they brought on Odegaard and Saka, all these other players. It's hard for both of them, to be fair, to try with just two-man midfield to try, bridge that gap between the defense and midfield. And at times there was just too much space. And I'm not saying it was just Will Hughes' fault, but he looks a bit knackered. I don't know. Maybe it was just
I'd give him a 6 as well. Like I don't think any of our players yesterday were like played badly, but there was just a lack of energy. And when even Glasner said it in your post-match, to win away at these big teams, every single player has to be playing at 100%. There can't be people. You can't carry players. And yesterday, I think some people were at 90, some people were at 60, some people were at 70. And when they second half and that ball started zipping about, you could just see people's legs were going. So he's got some work to do for Saturday. I don't even know if we can expect Hughes to run around for another 80 minutes again.
Yeah, because we've got Southampton and Bournemouth as well. So look, Doucouré is there, and I'm a bit surprised about his lack of minutes as well. I get he struggled against Ipswich and he had to be subbed off at half time, and when he's come back from injury, he hasn't been 100%. But I don't know. I just felt like he would get more and more minutes at a certain stage, and it just hasn't quite happened. But now is probably the time for Doucouré to come back in.
It could be possibly holding him back for these 3 games.
Yeah, I guess so. And then after these 3 games, things go a bit. It goes back to normality basically, because we've got the FA Cup weekend, so it's not like midweek. So maybe opens up there. But I do think long-term future. We debated this in the last preview. I do think the long-term future, regardless of how good Lerma and Hughes have been, it will still lean towards the Doucouré Walton. And the reason for that, which is a nice segue, is because of the front 3, sometimes against support. As good as Hughes and Lerma can be out of possession and put in the hard work, I just think on their day, Doucouré and Walton just offer more on the ball in terms of trying to find those 3 up there. And let's start off with Eze, because he got subbed off once again. And I've said it as well on X. I won't be against him not starting against Arsenal, because look, people have a variety of excuses. I know you back him a lot. Maybe it's an injury. He wasn't 100% fit because Glasner only the day before the game said that Eze has a knock, but he's quite confident that he should be good for the game. So it's not 100% clearly. Maybe it's not having another number 10 next to him, but I'll be honest, Lou, whenever he's playing, he just seems like our play just slows down. Like there isn't the Eze. I don't really see what Eze is really offering in these last couple of games. When Kamada's come on, I'm not saying Kamada's the answer long term, but he's looked up for it. He's looked up for it, and Eze hasn't. So in this game, I have to give him like a 5.5. Maybe I'm being harsh, but I don't know what he offered. Like genuinely,
you know what? I could give him a 5. There was a couple of things that frustrated me yesterday. In the first half, we had a free kick about 30 yards out.
Yeah.
And he decided he wanted to try a knuckle ball to try and hit the top. No, we're 1-0 up. we've broken up the play. We've got a set piece, hit the back stick. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. He's just making the wrong decisions, and I feel like he's frustrated. He's making the wrong decisions because he's not getting on the ball. And I know we spoke about it in the group chat, like our style of play at the moment is not suited to him because we're not playing those line-breaking passes from Wharton, and we're not getting in those little pockets. When he's getting the ball, he's just making the wrong decisions. There was one time where he was driving through, and he looked like he didn't know what he was going to do, and then it ended up just like.
Yeah,
nothing really came. Yeah.
And that's been the story, it feels like, lately. And no play's bigger than the team. So look, Mateta's been dropped before, and then afterwards he came back into the side, and everything worked out well. And I don't know what the question we have to ask is: what would we lose if Eze didn't start? Saying this, I know he's going to score a hat trick now against Arsenal on Saturday.
That would be fine. I don't mind being wrong.
Exactly. But what I'm seeing from Kamada, for example, I don't know. We can make the same debate for Kamada. Kamada's meant to be a creative number 10. Maybe he doesn't have the spot as well. But when Kamada's on, he seems like maybe he doesn't do it as effectively, maybe off the ball, because Eze is a bit more clever. But like, he's up for it. Like, I can see him running. I can see him trying to do something. With Eze, he's just a bit like slow pace on and off the ball. And
do you know what it is? I don't
really suit us. Right.
I don't want to be a bandwagon jumper because I know how reactive our fan base can be, and I don't want to be in that bracket that starts calling Eze this and Eze that. But his performances are not up to scratch, and he needs to be dropped. He needs to be just taken out of that firing line a little bit. And Kamada deserves it. That's what competition for places are. And me personally, like, we've got more chance of winning the 2 games after Arsenal than we do against Arsenal. And I know Glasner has that whole thing about he wants to win every game. Well, the only way we're going to do that is if the players who don't start every game have a chance to prove themselves, and maybe it's time that they do. And if they do and we lose 2-3-0 or 4-0 or we don't win, then he can be like, well, that's why you're not playing. But at least they had the opportunities. But yeah, like Eze, another poor performance. We're waiting for it to click, but I hope it happens.
It hasn't so far. And my other hope is maybe we've seen it with Kamada. Now that he's coming off the bench, I'm playing as like a number 10 rather than in midfield. Like, it's kind of working better for him. Like, he's having a positive influence in the game. And this is a player that a lot of Palace fans wrote off as soon as he got that red card against Fulham. So he's not looking that bad. And maybe if Eze gets a bit of time of coming off the bench and trying to fight for a spot, maybe he gets that hunger. Because sometimes as a player, you can just become complacent at times because you're starting week in, week out without any repercussions. So let's see what Glasner does anyways. Let's move on to Sarr. There isn't much to add about Sarr. The only thing that I would say is if we're going to be playing Sarr, we just need to be hitting balls behind and for Sarr to run into. For me, he's not that player which you drop in deep and allow him to create. He's more known for his pace. And whenever he has been effective, you look at the goal against Brighton as well. It's just him being in the final third, running into the final, not really in our own half. I'm going to give him a 6. I don't know what he really done yesterday.
I don't even remember him really being in the game too much. With Sarr, it's like when we were playing yesterday, it felt like we kept going. Even when Saliba came on, we kept playing on Saliba's side. Even when Nketiah came on, he was running with Saliba. I'm like, the other centre-backs, you saw what Mateta done to him. Why are we not going down that side? But I just think it's one of those games we just got to write off. So I don't even remember Sarr really touching the ball much. I don't think we even touched the ball much.
I think there's certain games which suit Sarr better than others. I think the Arsenal game should have suited Sarr, but we need to try, because he's not that player. We need to try make sure, even in the first half, he's dropping deep. It's similar to the Brighton game. He's kind of dropping deep into our own half, and that's not where you get the best out of Sarr. If we had another a creative number 10, like as a type of profile, then I'd say, fair enough. Drop deep, quick 1-2s, but he's not really like, he's not that player. And he didn't have a great game. Only 50% passing accuracy as well. 1 shot on target. 1 out of 2 dribble attempts. 2 dribble attempts, 1 successful. So he played 90 minutes, but I don't know what he really done. Mateta, believe it or not, can you guess how many touches Mateta had in 60 minutes?
11.
You saw that.
I
You
swear
looked
to
up.
God, I have. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear on everything, I did not look that up.
Yeah, he had 11 touches. He had 11 touches.
About 6 of them was the goal as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Which is crazy, but he wasn't in the game. He wasn't in the game.
Yeah.
He only had 1 accurate pass out of 5 attempted. Because
Well, trust me,
he only
when
had-
we lose, I don't start looking at stats. I'm just trying to get it out of my
Yeah,
head.
I know. He was isolated. Look, that goal is fantastic. That goal is fantastic for him.
Unbelievable.
He's growing confidence in front of goal. If Mateta wants it, he gets it. Like, as long as he's up for it, he's a fantastic player. The goals that he scored so far in recent games against Ipswich, against Arsenal, fantastic finishes, fantastic runs. At the first instinct, I was like, damn, he took an extra touch. But then when he went to the back of the net, I was like, fair enough. He's done it again. Despite his 11 touches, I'm going to give him a 7 because he made something out of nothing.
Okay, yeah. If I'm honest, give him the contract. I don't think people understand how hard it is to get a good quality Premier League striker. He's 6'5". He's now putting fear into defenders. Like, I'm seeing people say Mateta should go Liverpool, or people. I'm seeing previews of people doing previews or tweets saying, we got to watch out for Mateta. Oh, Mateta's going to bully us today. And I'm like, this guy is actually like a seasoned Premier League striker. Pay him his money, give him his contract, get the best out of him till he turns 30. Then let him go back to France or whatever.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we will. Surely we won't let Mateta go for free.
No, terrible decision if we let him go.
Yeah, you made something out of nothing. For that reason, despite his 11 touches, I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the bench quickly. Kleiny, who came on for the second half. What a chance! We nearly conceded because of him.
He was getting cooked.
Yeah. It was early in the second half. He pushed so high up, and then there was space on the left-hand side. And Henderson made that save against Sterling. It was against Sterling.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had 17 touches in 45 minutes, which is quite surprising considering that we normally like to build out from the back. But he had 1 out of 2 ground duels, 1, 0 out of 1 aerial duels, so he didn't win any of that. Lost ball 7 times. Yeah, a 6. I don't know. I think Patrick said that he had a better game. Maybe watching from home, it was different in our chat. He had a better game than Kapora when he came on. But yeah, I don't think. Oh, did he get the assist? No.
Yeah, he did. He got an assist.
He did get.
But for being honest, Eddie made that assist. Like, it wasn't like he put it on an absolute.
It's still decent cross though.
Yeah, but
you know what?
We're getting a
half. We're giving him.
I give him a 6. How old is Klein? 30, 36, 37?
Sure. No, 33.
He's 33.
Your boy,
He plays like he's 30. Plays like he's 36. But the exact performances we're getting out of Klein is the exact performances that we should expect out of Klein. We shouldn't expect any more, any less. Like, that's what it is. And again, it's our recruitment. How have we gone from what's it with these fullback positions? I don't get it. We're like the only team who can't have more than one fullback. It's the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, we don't take it seriously.
So frustrating.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, we never really have took it seriously, to be fair, with the fullback positions. But yeah, Klein came on, nothing retired.
I don't want to see. Honestly, I don't want to see Klein play again this season. Like, he's going to play, but I don't want to see. I saw him play in 2009. I don't want to see him anymore.
I prefer, exactly. Whenever I say Klein, all neutral fans look at me saying, like, he still plays football. Like, yes, he does. And it's like, it's not really a serious.
But he's a Palace boy.
You want him to be like an emergency. Like, you wanted to enter the Ward phase. You know how Joe Ward is right now in terms of like.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, this is what he's a club, not a club legend, but like he was. Do you know what I mean? He's one of our own.
Yeah.
I don't want these players to be put in positions where we're angry at them and we're like they're getting abused. He shouldn't be on the pitch.
Yeah. I've just seen breaking news, but that's for another show. Let's quickly go through this and we can talk about it. Daichi Kamada, we spoke about him. There's much to say about Kamada because, he came on positive influence. I'm going to give him a 6.5. He looks good. He looks good when he's come on now.
This is what I mean about everyone writing off Kamada. Like, it wasn't. He was never a bad player overnight.
He lacked confidence. His confidence was absolutely shattered. 5 out of 7 ground duels won as well. He was up for it. I think that's the difference between him. Eze still wins ground duels. He's done it against Brighton as well. But I don't know. Kamada just seems more up for it.
Kamada's thing why it's frustrating is the way he gets turned when he dives in. He can be like he can.
Yeah,
he
it's
can,
easy.
Yeah,
It's easy. Yeah, it's
when
easy.
when you could just like jockey or just stand up or press and not dive in, he just dives in and gets absolutely turned sometimes, which frustrates people. But I think he's been positive.
Yeah, he
I
has
think he's
been
been
ever since
positive.
that red card. And
I would start him.
I did feel like that red card was going to help him in a way as well.
Yeah,
Because
took
he
him
just
out
needed
the
that time
firing
off.
line.
Yeah, he just needed that time off. And he's got it, and now it's working out well for him. Eddie came on. What a header, by the way.
Unbelievable.
What a header. Of course, he's going to score against Arsenal. We spoke about a client assist. Confidence is a massive thing. He had 9 touches, 1 goal. I would start him against Arsenal on Saturday, and I'm going to give him a 7 for that goal as well, because that goal was not easy. Against what? It was against Leeds? No. I can't remember, but
yeah, it was a great header. Yeah, perfect for his confidence. Annoying that it got done at 3-1 down, and it's a bit of a meaningless goal, but it's not meaningless in the terms of it's going to give him confidence. Another goal in the cup. Please just score in the league now, so he can get that thing off his back. 7. I'd give him a 7 as well. He couldn't. It was a tough task. Saliba's a great centre back, if I'm being honest. I just watch him and think, this would be hell to play against.
It's not ridiculous. It's not. I mean, it is ridiculous. How good he is. Like he does. I watch him for other Arsenal games as well. He does 2 defenders' duties at one. Like if he wants to. Devaney, not much to add.
One thing I did like about Devaney was, did you see the turn he did for the goal? Yeah, I don't know if you've watched it back. I think it's on Moreno. Moreno tries to press him, and he like Cruyff turns him around, and he plays it out wide to Klein. I like Devaney, man. I like Devaney.
Yeah. Kamada's been getting his minutes now, but it's good to have him still as an option as well. Especially yesterday when we had to make a few changes to go for it. He only had 7 touches, so not much to add. And Schlapp, 4 touches, but 100% passing accuracy, 1 out of 1.
Another one that shouldn't be on our pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
He just shouldn't be on the pitch for us. Like, and it's not Glasner's fault. It's the
that's the thing. We've got fielders.
They should not even be on the bench.
With all due respect, if you want to go like become a solid top 10 club, Wardy doesn't really play, so I don't have to add for him. But like I'm looking at the bench, Nathaniel Klein.
I'd rather Wardy on the bench for just being Ward.
Yeah, and then you got Schlapp. Like these are 3 names, and we're getting there. It used to be much worse, but these are 3 names that are there. I feel like for the sake of it, rather than
I'm trying to think. Who's out? Walton, Franco.
Yeah, Walton's out. France is out. Riyadh is out.
So if those 3 were back, if those 3 were there, they wouldn't be on the bench. Yeah. Well, no, they'd have to be on the bench because we don't have full-back cover.
Yeah, Klein will be on the bench. I think Ward goes. But Francois should be a few weeks away now. We're approaching the end of the year. So, well, he's going to train, and let's see how long it takes for him to play. But yeah, that should be a good option as well going forward. But look, that's it for our ratings. Yeah, we've done everyone. Look, we're out at Carabao Cup. FA Cup is approaching. FA Cup is a better competition, which has VAR in it, hopefully.
It doesn't, not straight away, I don't think.
But if you have enjoyed this, please drop a like and subscribe. We'll be back for more content. And until next time, up the Palace.